Okay, so on to our next race, again on the Friday, and the Albert Bartlett, won last year by Manila for Gavin Cromwell, I believe. I think a few of us were on third place horse Streets of Boyenne after having a little wink from our Irish correspondent, who will hope will be back with us soon. Okay, so we'll kick this one off. We're here. You're gonna have to help me. Where are we going? Where are we going? Hands up. Who wants to go first?
Matty.
Matty.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Hollow Games. Put him up on the Twitter page earlier in the season at about 33 to 1. I'd backed him previously to that at 50s. And before the festival last year, even went. He's priced at around about 12 to 1 with Betway at the moment, 10 to 1, 365. He fits a few of things. Says 7 out of the 12 had a previous graded win. He's won a grade 3. 11 out of 12 had run at least 3 times that season. He's run 4 times. 26 out of 12 won on the last run before the festival. He finished 3rd in the Nathaniel Lacey's. That doesn't bother me that much because usually the winner of that race, I think, as Han the Last Boys, hasn't actually gone on to win at the festival. He's age 6. He's won over 2 miles 6, and he won his point to point over 3 miles. I'm willing to give him another, and I think the Albert Bartlett is just perfect for him. The other one that has a chance, looking at some of the trends there, Minella Cocooner. Actually won over 3 mile after finishing behind Journey with Me on for Kilcrook back in 3rd. The interesting thing about Minella Crooner, he's run 4 times this season. His first run, 22nd of October, bumper over 2 mile 2. Then another one over 2 miles. Then he's gone 2 mile 4 maiden hurdle, 2nd behind Journey with Me, and 3 mile 1 hurdle. And then he's gone and come 2nd after a mistake in the Nathaniel Lacey's, beaten 2 3/4 lengths by Minella Cocooner over 2 miles 6. That long running in the Albert Bartlett should be right up his street. But the other one we've got up on the page, we backed him and we got on him quickly after he won at Cheltenham earlier in the season. Bardenstown Lad, still available at 25 to 1. He's run 4 times, won on his last run. He's age 7, he's rated 140. He's run out the course and won, and he's run 3 times over 3 mile and won. Well, I think he's the solid bet in an open looking Albert Bartlett for me. Him and Hollow Games.
Great stuff. I mean, you have been very keen on Hollow Games for a long time, haven't you, Matty, to be fair?
Yeah, I can't abandon him. The bet's on. I've got to stick with him. But Bardenstown Lad's not a bad backup, I don't think.
Great stuff. John?
Yeah, like Matty, really. I've been with Hollow Games all season as well. We both backed in pretty much the same day, I think, earlier on in the season at 50s, was it, Matty, I think?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been beaten the last twice, but if you go back and watch the last race again, he seems to get past. And then when Minella Cocooner joined him, he seemed to, get going again a little bit. And he never got any further behind. The distance never sort of grew between the winner and the 2nd and 3rd, really, I don't think. It seemed to get to 3 or 4 lengths, and then they all seemed to go the same speed. So with a step up in trip again, maybe it'll suit Hollow Games, hopefully. That's my hope with that. And hopefully he'll give us a good each way run on the day. And, I'm still hoping for a place with him, even if he can't win. Minella Cocooner, I'm not quite sure on, to be honest with you. I just think he's like this year's Fakira, where he's always staying on. Whatever distance you run him over, he's always staying on, but he never actually wins. It's if you upped him to 4 miles, he'd be staying on or whatever. He just seems a Fakira type horse to me. That's exactly what he did last year. You always thought, oh, he's an eye catcher, step him up, he'll be okay. But he never was. He seemed to get outpaced and then stay on again. So I can't be having him, to be fair. If Journey With Me comes here, then he would be definitely my first choice for this race. I think this race would suit him down to the ground, because he'll just gallop, and he might not have the turn of foot, but if he can go, gallop on, then the others might not be able to catch him. So I'd like him to come here. If he doesn't, then I'm with Matty on Bardenstown Lad. Again, we put him up on the Twitter page earlier in the season at 50s, so we've all been on him. He finds off the bridle, which you need in this race. He's been over to the track as well, so we know he likes the track. He's over to, was it Musselburgh at the weekend? So there's no issue with travelling. He won again there. So he's probably a solid bet, and I think you could still get him at maybe 14s or 16 to 1. I haven't got the market open, but I think he's still a really, really good each-way bet, and he's the one that's not been sort of touted for this race much, but I think he's got as solid a form as anything else, to be fair. And I like horses with a bit more experience, and I think he's had maybe 4 or 5 runs already this season, because he ran quite a bit early on in the season, and then he's had this as a prep race at the weekend, and I think he'll be going there primed for it. So yeah, I like him. So if Journey With Me doesn't turn up, then I'd go with Bardenstown Lad.
He's probably going to be under the pump about 3 out, but for a fact he stays, and he's just going to keep finding and finding.
He's definitely not a bridle merchant. He's definitely, he doesn't mind being.
He knows how to grit it out, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, and that's tailor-made for this race in my book, because we've had some big price winners, haven't you? If you look back over the years with the likes of Kilbrick and Storm, he won at 33 to 1, not been seen since. There's been other horses, Penhill won it at 14s, I think. There's been a lot of double price figures, double figure prices in this. So I like Bardenstown.
Great stuff. So looking a bit of value there then. Ian, your thoughts, please?
Yeah, so echo what the guys have said. It's gone back to, well, I used to call it traditional plodders, staying plodders, where the previous couple of years we've had some flashy horses. The one year that had Monkfish, and I think it was Fury Road, Time Hill, all that 4 of them all coming up to the line, and I think you had Vanilla Ayers, and that was quite a good win. But I said this year it's going to be survival with the fittest, I think, and I'm like Matty and John, I've backed Hollow Games and Bardenstown out at big prices at 50 to 1. I'm happy with what they've done so far. I think Hollow Games will all come on for the 3 mile. It's only been, I think, 4 and a bit lengths behind Ginto and 3 and a bit lengths behind the Minellas. I can't remember which one it is. Still, it stays on. It's not been fresh, but I think that just that further distance, I think it just might suit it. The one I'm going to keep an eye on is the Bromhead horse called Chartreuse. Could be an each way shout. I think it's about let me just have a quick look. It's about 25 to 1 at the minute with 365. It's had a win at Cork over 3 miles, and I believe it's due to run on the 17th again. So it could be worth having a look at, maybe taking some prices in case it absolutely hoses up. I like the guys. I've put a question mark against Minella Cocooner after its 3 mile win, but I know, like similar to Matty, I look at trends, and a lot of these horses in the betting don't really meet the trends, and some of them not even run at the 3 mile or the 2 mile 8, 2 mile 7 distance. It's very wide open. So we could have another big price winner again this year. But if you had to pin me down, I think the Hollow Games, I think I'll go for. Just about.
Okay. Being a very much a novice myself, I mean, if I was to throw one at you guys and just hear your opinions, one that had caught my eye at a bit of a price is Ramillies. I think it was running last year a lot against Kilcrit and Sir Gerhard. Struck me that it was pretty one pace, so maybe a stayer. And I had a quick look, and I think it's only had 1, maybe 2 runs in the past year. And any thoughts on that one at all? Mullins, do you think it'll go there?
Well, last year they highly thought of him last year, and they thought
that's what I thought.
But he just didn't seem to come on last year. But this might be more his bag, definitely. But
See,
Yeah,
do you
just-
need an entry from him? Maybe I don't know if there's an entry he's got any in at the moment, but
The only
it'd be
entries
nice to
he's
see
got
him
are
run.
the Ballymore and the Albert Bartlett.
Yeah,
So whether they're going to throw him in fresh, maybe he's a horse that's hard to get right.
it's not one. So it's won it 2 bumper. We won 1 bumper at 2 mile, but since then 5th, 8th, 6th, 3rd over 2 mile 3. So obviously needs a trip. So whether the 3 mile trip might be it, but yeah, it could be a good shout, OJ. That one, tough one. But yeah, so definitely
Okay, guys.
definitely needs further than 2 or 2.5.
Appreciate that.
So go to Ballymore, 2 mile 5.
Okay, boys. So if I was to push you, I mean, you've obviously all highlighted a bit of value there with Bardenstown, lad. If I was to push you for 1 pick each, Matty, what would it be for you, mate?
Oh, I like them both, but
Dead heat.
Take that.
no, because I really liked Hollow Games earlier in the season. I really like Bardenstown now. No, I'm going to stick with my boy, Hollow Games.
Hollow Games for Matty. John?
I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to go for the horse that we know that's definitely coming here and Bardenstown lad. So I'll go with him.
Bardenstown lad for John. And Ian?
Yeah, it seems like a theme. I keep backing Davy horses at the minute. So yeah, Hollow Games for me.
Hollow Games for Ian as well. That was a good chat, lads. I thought there was some great input in that one, and hopefully you guys out there watching enjoyed it as well. Be sure to keep watching, liking, subscribing as much as you can. We appreciate all the views, and join us again soon. Thank you.